All right. Greetings, comrades. My name is David Plager, obviously, but I'm also known as Big Dave. As you know, school ended months earlier than usual. It's a blessing that we're still able to hold our graduation ceremony in this building, as many other places resorted to online celebrations. So I thank the administration for allowing us to do this. Now, it is finally time to close out a big chapter in our life as we prepare for college or whatever else we may choose. Long story short, I've essentially had 3 months for making my valedictorian speech, but I made it in 3 days instead. So hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And also hope to God, I don't get emotional or anything, because ain't nobody want to watch me just sit here and cry. All right. One of my friends over here, Josh Sawyer, always told us how long we had until we graduate. He would say, dude, we're almost halfway through high school. Dude, we have less than 2 years left until we're seniors. We have 5 weeks left until we're seniors. We have 4 weeks left until we're seniors. We have 3 weeks left. And we would be telling him, yeah, shut up, Josh, we know. But you look at it now and boom, we're graduating. It's a good summary of how quickly time flew by. So we've all heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun. But first of all, it's school. So I don't have any clue as to how time flew by so quickly. Maybe I lost track of time as I procrastinated, which I definitely did quite a lot. Every morning at school, I led the pledges over the intercom because I was the student government president of the United States. That was an inside joke that I always said. For clarification, I'm not in fact the president of the United States, who would have guessed. Following the pledges, I added a little quote, joke, or fun fact, even though some of them, probably a lot of them, weren't even remotely good. Like, fun fact, the average human heart rate is between 60 and 100 beats per minute at resting pace. But guess what? I don't care. Wow. That's some A1 information, David. Yeah, thank you for that. Sometimes in the middle of the school day, my heart rate would reach, 215 beats per minute. I remember Mr. Hooker in Spanish class freaking out like, oh my gosh, do you need to go to the nurse? And I'd be like, no, it happens normally, I'm good. I don't know why that memory stuck, but it's just something I can't forget now. So, to my senior class, as we finally graduate, don't forget the good memories from high school that made it enjoyable for you. Honestly, even if it didn't happen at school. My favorite thing was actually the Kings Island trips we did for cross country. It was entertaining to watch some guy in a costume and mask jump scare our friends, and they all be like, oh no, whatever. Or, when they get me pretty good, I go, duh! Oh, there goes my heart rate again. It's the little things that, get this out of my mouth, it's the little things that made stuff memorable. Josh and I always clowning around in English class. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Gibson. Sam realizing Mike Wazowski isn't yellow. Alex taking 15 minutes, that's not even an exaggeration, to make his signature on a page. Elena repeating Japanese phrases that nobody ever understood. I always say, I don't speak Japanese. I always said that to my relatives in Japan. In fact, I said it so many times that they learned how to say, I don't speak English. Jeremy and his absolutely horrible parking. Joe and the Wasp at our rigged cross-country meet. Bridget making all the wonderful artistic stuff for student government, even though she wasn't in student government at the time. And Peyton getting tons of help during our calculus test reviews while I'm sitting right next to her, practically knocked out, sleeping the entire class. It's kind of wild to think that school is finally done for us. Our senior hoodies quoted Andy Bernard from The Office when he said, I wish there was a good way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. I believe I quoted that wrong, in fact. Anyways, in choir, we also had a virtual chapel that taught us not to take things for granted. And what a way to look back on it now. Before we ever knew it, our time in high school was over. Man, if only Josh warned us about that. Because of the year ending so early, we lost our senior Disney trip, of course, along with other school events. Parents, social media, many other places were like, oh no, the poor seniors. While, other places were like, whoa, senior with no prom. But fun fact, I don't care. Last year, during my student government election speech, I quoted Biggie Smalls, rest up by the way, when he said, "Never let him know your next move." And 2020 has absolutely embodied that idea. On our last day in school, I gave my fun facts that I don't care and said, "Have a splendid day, see you all in April, Soldier Boy tell him." Never got the chance to come back in April, but it's all good and I can't complain because that's just how God planned it for us. Now, before I end my speech, I should probably answer the question, was valedictorian worth it? My parents and others always pressure me to do my absolute best to, keep that number one spot. Additionally, my brothers annoyed me a lot, like quite a lot, with jokes about my best friend Joe, who I was competing against. Yeah, you thought I would leave that out, huh? They still make jokes. In fact, I'm sure they will after this, since I lost my place. All right, anyways, so even just 2 days ago, I was drinking something called Joe tea, which is really good, by the way. I think you get the point of where this is going already. My brother Mark walks by, he sees the tea, and he goes, "You're drinking tea made by the true valedictorian, Joe Donatelli." So a lot of stress and a lot of jokes involved, plenty more after this and two. I don't know what I did, I can't word this right. A lot of jokes that's gonna happen in the future. But end of the day, I got a nice scholarship from Wright State, and a lot of people go, "Oh, you're valedictorian? Well, congratulations." I just kind of sit there like, "Oh, thank you," like the awkward person I am. In closing, finally, yes, I know, cherish every good memory you've been given the chance to make. In the words of none other than Kanye West, if you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. Hello, Alex's family. To my senior class and everyone else, enjoy all that you do in life, and may God be with you every step along the way. Thank you all. Big Dave out.
Pretty amazing here tonight.